Hey everybody, welcome back to Cash Budget Insights, where I'm working on seeing if this whole cash budgeting thing really works. I'm personally trying to track every dollar using a zero-based budget due to my daughter's illness, as well as controlling some of that emotional impulse spending on the really challenging days. I would love to have you give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. That's a free way to throw a little support my way and help this channel grow. If you haven't heard it today, you are awesome, valuable, and have a purpose. Now let's dive in. All right, today I am doing my December review. So I'm going to be answering some questions and really reviewing how December went. This was my first month really cash stuffing, and wow, I learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. All right, the first question that I want to ask myself, what was hard this month? For me, without a doubt, the hard thing this month was online spending. Oh my goodness, it was December. I was just trying to figure out a method to this madness of, reconciling online purchases. So what does that mean? What it means is I was making online purchases, and technically they were in categories that I had already pulled cash from the bank for. So I had to figure out how to track that and also make sure I got that cash back to the bank. That was a huge learning curve. And I think because of the amount of online purchases that I personally made, like I did grocery pickup and all of these things, that it just became daunting to try to track everything. And I was really getting bogged down with that. So that is something I definitely want to change for next month. Okay, my next question. What was helpful this month? So one of my big goals was to really rein in my emotional spending. And for me, I think, which is kind of ironic, because the online spending was so challenging, it really was helpful to rein in that, impulse spending, because I had to think, do I really want to, spend this? What envelope is it coming from? I have to track it. I have to get the money back to the bank. So these online purchases that once were so easy and quick and convenient, all of a sudden were becoming really laborious. And I didn't even want to spend the money because it was so much work. So that was actually really helpful. The other thing I really loved, even though it was a lot of work to get there, is really knowing where every dollar is going. There is a lot of freedom in that. Really knowing that you can look at your worksheets or however you're tracking your expenses and truly know and have ownership of your money and how much you're allocating to different, areas of your life. That was really helpful and almost gave a sense of control and peace that I really didn't have prior to doing this type of budgeting. Okay, the next question. What are my personal insights based on December of the cash method? So my personal insights are, you need a lot of discipline. It's a lot of work, and you really have to be motivated to follow the program. It's really easy to get back into your old spending patterns, and just say, oh, well, I'm just going to use a credit card. Oh, well, I'm just going to pull this from checking, and not track those transactions. You really have to be intentional and dedicated to this process. And if you're not, it's really easy to get derailed. And I feel like once you kind of derail yourself, it can be really easy to just stay derailed and not want to fix those mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes this month and I had to fix them. I overspent in categories, and honestly, thank goodness for the miscellaneous envelope, or I could call that like a whoops envelope, because a lot of times I had to pull money out of there to fix my mistakes. So I think that is something I would tell people if they're doing this. You have to have a miscellaneous envelope. You need to have some type of cushion, because you're going to make mistakes. Things are going to come up that you didn't plan for, and you're going to overspend in a category that you didn't mean to. And if you have that miscellaneous envelope to cushion you, it's going to help you stay on track and not want to quit and throw the towel in before you even really understand this process. All right, next question. What can I do better? So for me, what I can do better, I think, is less online purchases. I really need to consolidate my online purchases. And I really don't think that's going to be much of a problem. I think because December, just given the holiday and everything, I think that is really where my downfall went for December, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what a normal month looks like, which to me is January. So I think I will do better with online purchases. Next question is, what did I do well? I think for December, I'm really proud of myself that I got all these sheets made. I got my envelopes organized. I have my categories going. To me, that is a huge part of just getting started. And that is a really big deterrent for a lot of people. I'm really excited that my personal process for budgeting is really starting to take shape and it's starting to make sense. I still have a lot of things I want to iron out, but I'm hoping that as I do that and you guys can watch me do that, that'll help you and inspire you to, create your own process that's going to work for your family and what you need. So do I feel like the cash budgeting system helped me save money? I really do. I really do, because I think just knowing where every dollar went is crucial. It's so easy. And I was having this issue prior months before I was doing this, where I was spending money and then I was like, I don't even know what I spent in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, the end of the month. It was just like craziness. And I really feel like being able to intentionally save for different categories. I mean, I know I save money because it's here in my binders, and that money is allocated to future expenses that are coming up, future holidays that are coming up, future like car maintenance and all of these things, emergency funds. We are definitely saving because we're making it a priority to keep those things in the front of our mind and not forget about them and get one of those, hey, this is due, or, oh, I forgot about this and this and this. And, that's when I think you really start to feel overwhelmed and credit cards can come into play. So I definitely think this system has a lot of benefits. And I do believe that we are beginning our saving journey for sure. So I basically already talked about this, but what benefits am I finding? I really already talked about that. I think having the control and the peace that how your money is working for you versus you being a slave to your money and trying to always like chase your tail. I feel like we are ahead and know what's happening with our money, and that's a great feeling. And then my last thing is what's helped me succeed. I think without a doubt, coming up with a process, I literally sat down, and I'll share this, in a few months once I iron it out a little bit more. But I literally sat down and I wrote a process for every single thing. Like, what happens when I spend an online purchase? So I made a process for that. What happens and how do I need to track cash spending? I made a process for that. So really breaking down to a detailed level what I need to do every time money is coming or going from our lives. And that has really helped me. And for me, also making forms and writing things out on paper is really helpful. So those are just some things that really helped me during my first month. And I'm excited to continue to review and see how this gets better, hopefully, and things that I learn each month. But that is my first month of kind of what I've learned and my personal cash budget insights. So I'm excited to see what January holds, but that is an overview for December. Thank you guys so much. So many of you have been so encouraging to me in the comments, giving me tips and helping me navigate this. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to hopefully delving into some savings challenges down the road. I'm definitely not ready for that, but I'm looking forward to doing that down the road just to make savings a little bit more fun. But that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.